America is still trying to figure out how to stop the Shahed 136, Iran has already moved on. They're not just improving the design, they're building an entire family of drones that will make the Shahed 136 look like a toy. And here's the part that should terrify every Western general. These new drones are being designed specifically to counter every defense system the West is now deploying. Let me introduce you to Iran's next nightmare. First, meet the Shahed 136B. Remember how the original Shahed 136 had a range of 2,500 kilometers? Well, Iran looked at that and said, not enough. The Shahed 136B has a reported range of over 4,000 kilometers, and it costs the same price, $20,000. Same moped engine, same cheap components. But now it can reach any target in Europe launching from Iranian soil. Think about what that means. Iran doesn't need to sneak drones across borders, doesn't need to position them near enemy territory. They can launch from Tehran and hit Berlin, from Tabriz and reach Rome. And because it's using the exact same low-cost design, the economic equation doesn't change. Stopping it still costs 200 times more than building it. But that's just the warm-up. Because Iran isn't satisfied with just extending range, they want to make these drones unstoppable. Enter the Shahed 238. This is where Iran stopped playing games. The Shahed 238 abandons the moped engine entirely. Instead, it uses a turbojet engine, the same type of engine you'd find on cruise missiles. And suddenly, everything changes. Speed? The Shahed 136 flies at around 185 kilometers per hour. Slow enough that even old Soviet anti-aircraft guns can shoot it down if they get lucky. The Shahed 238? Over 700 kilometers per hour. That's nearly 4 times faster. Fast enough that by the time radar detects it, air defense systems have seconds to react. And remember, these still fly low, still come in swarms, still cost a fraction of what it takes to stop them. But speed isn't even the scariest part. The Shahed 238 reportedly uses advanced guidance systems, not just GPS, but terrain mapping radar and optical recognition. That means even if you jam GPS, even if you try to confuse it electronically, this drone can see the target and adjust course in real time. And yes, it's more expensive than the Shahed 136. Estimates put it somewhere around $100,000 per unit. But let's put that in perspective. America's newest air defense interceptor, the SM-6, costs over $4 million. That means Iran can build 40 Shahed 238s for the price of one American missile. 40 drones, one interceptor. You see the problem now? And here's where it gets truly insane. While the United States, with its trillion-dollar military budget, is still struggling to develop a cheap counter-drone system, still spending billions on Patriot missiles to shoot down $20,000 targets, still years away from fielding anything comparable. Iran is already planning to retire the Shahed 136. Let that sink in. The weapon that humiliated NATO, that changed modern warfare, that every country is now desperately trying to copy. Iran considers it old technology. They're moving on to faster drones, smarter drones, longer-range drones, drones with artificial intelligence, drones that can hunt in packs and coordinate attacks without human input. And the West? The West is still trying to reverse engineer the flying lawnmower they mocked 3 years ago. This is what happens when you underestimate your enemy. This is what happens when you spend 40 years telling yourself that sanctions will cripple a nation's technology. And then you wake up one day to realize that nation just revolutionized warfare while you were busy printing propaganda. Iran didn't just build drones. They built a production line that can churn out thousands of these weapons faster than the West can afford to stop them. And every single day, while American generals hold meetings and commission studies and debate billion-dollar defense contracts, Iranian engineers are in workshops designing the next generation, drones that will make today's nightmares look like ancient history. So ask yourself, if the Shahed 136 already broke the Western air defense model, what happens when the Shahed 238 enters mass production? What happens when Iran fields drones that are faster, smarter and more lethal?